Video is going viral of a robbery in Fulton Market that happened in broad daylight. We've got a live report with more details on the investigation.
Shocking is an understatement there. I think everyone's just like, oh, what in the world is going on? And of course, we've been saying that when it comes to this case about Nancy Guthrie in Arizona. The search continues. And Caroline Elliott is going to join us from Tucson with a live update on where things stand.
And families are also planning to rally outside of the Aurora Police Department today. We're going to learn more about the action they're demanding after a school walkout turned violent earlier this week. And time's now 9 o'clock, taking a live look outside. A lot of sunshine and people enjoying the bean, and got temperatures in the 50s this weekend, Caitlin.
That's right.
Time for Valentine's Day.
It'll be fantastic. Starting today, we've got the blue sky, sunshine, and we are going to be cracking into the 50s this afternoon. But it is a little bit cool this morning, so make sure you wear your jacket to start off the day. We're not quite in the 40s and 50s yet, but a stunning weekend ahead. There's no rain in the forecast, and warm temperatures are expected through next week. So looking at satellite radar, you can see just how quiet it is for Chicagoland. Yesterday, we were kind of socked in with the cloud cover for the first half of the day, but already this morning, we've got those bright blue skies. Freezing at the lakefront right now. 35 at O'Hare, freezing in Aurora, 33 in Morris. Temperatures in northwest Indiana ranging in the 30s. I see a 30 in Valpo, upper 30s in Gary. But here's your futurecast to show how quickly we climb into that 40 and 50-something degree range. You can see this is 415. I'm looking at 51 degrees in Joliet and Kankakee, 52 in Morris, upper 40s for the lakefront. Then this evening, temperatures in the low to mid 40s for most. Overnight tonight, staying in the 30s, so it's not going to get too chilly tonight. And tomorrow, we are soaring back to the upper 40s and low 50s. 6:15 on your Saturday evening, maybe Valentine's Day plans. Temperatures are going to be right around 40 at the lakefront at dinner time, low 40s inland. So we have a wonderful couple of days ahead, and that's going to continue, as mentioned, into next week. Dry skies Monday, 58 degrees, 55 on Tuesday. Then we get the chance for rain returning Tuesday night, Wednesday and Thursday, and that's when it could be very mild. Mid 50s expected Tuesday. Wednesday, we could be tagging 60. So a very nice spring-like weather pattern is in front of us. And this weekend, it is going to be perfect for whatever you have planned for Valentine's Day. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Caitlin. Now to that video that we said, everyone's looking at over the last several hours thinking, really? Police are investigating after a man was attacked and robbed in broad daylight in Fulton Market, of all places, and it was all caught on video.
And so far, police say that there are no suspects in custody. Saquon is joining us this morning with more details. Say.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Yeah, we are here in Fulton Market, just along Lake and Peoria, and I'll step aside so you can see. This is the sidewalk where that man was pinned at gunpoint and beaten before two male suspects stole his items and took off. I will say there is a Chicago police squad car here that just pulled up in the last hour or so, and we don't know necessarily whether this is connected to the investigation of this robbery or whether they're just stopping by. I want you to take a look at this video, though. As you said, it was all caught on camera. This may be a little bit hard to watch just given the graphic nature of things. As you mentioned, this happened during broad daylight yesterday. It happened just before sunset at around 4:30. And according to police, at least one of the suspects pulled out a gun and demanded items from the victim while the other suspect beat him. Once the suspects got the victim's item in their hands, they took off in the Range Rover seen in this video. I did check this morning, guys, and the number of violent crimes reported specifically when it comes to robberies are actually down in Chicago. The city has an online dashboard that shows you something called violence and victimization trends. So here's what I found. In 2020, when crime rates were historically high all across the country, you can see robbery victimizations across Chicagoland were up. Compare this to just last year, those numbers dropped by a lot, especially towards the tail end of 2025. Now, this morning I spoke with the executive director of Fulton Market Association, and he told me about what he thinks needs to be done to keep people safe.
Criminals will commit crimes when there's cameras or when there are not cameras. However, I do believe they know in Fulton Market that there have been a few armed robberies. There have been some, like other neighborhoods, and they're not being caught. And so the first line of defense is to have Chicago police cameras that would record not only the crimes that happened, but the vehicles coming in and out of the community.
Well, meanwhile, we know Chicago police say that they are investigating this robbery, and we also know the suspects, as of this morning, are still on the run. Back to you.
Thank you, Say. Chicago police are also investigating the stabbing of someone on the CTA Green Line. It happened just before 11 p.m. last night at 47th Street Station in Bronzeville. Police say the victim was stabbed in the face, but he is expected to survive. Police are still looking for the person that attacked him.
2 Evanston Skokie School District 65 employees have been charged with child sex crimes. Police arrested Carlos Mendez and Maribel Flores Hernandez last week over claims of them abusing 2 of her family members. Mendez is the assistant principal at Washington Elementary. Flores Hernandez is a paraprofessional at Joseph E. Hill Early Childhood Center. The allegations do not involve any students at District 65 as of yet.
Also new this morning, a man charged with killing his daughter-in-law outside of a Schaumburg hotel last July has now died in custody. Daily Herald says preliminary testing shows that 76-year-old Roland Schmidt died of cancer. Prosecutors charged him with first-degree murder in the death of Christy Moyer. They say that he shot her as they left the hotel after a wedding.
Well, the search for Nancy Guthrie still ongoing. We're in day 13, I believe, now in Arizona, with new updates coming in every day.
We're getting the latest this morning from Caroline Elliott, who is live in Tucson. Thanks so much for being here this morning, Caroline.
Brian and Anita, good to be with the both of you. So here on the ground this morning, we know investigators are now giving a description for the first time of the suspect from that surveillance video the FBI pushed out earlier this week. The agency is describing this suspect as a man somewhere between 5'9" or 5'10" with an average build. And also, we're now learning that the FBI is increasing that reward from $50,000 to $100,000. So again, the FBI really counting on the public here with this new information on the approximate height and build of this person, along with those characteristics we saw in that surveillance video, the eye shape, the eyebrow, hoping someone would be able to single this person out and then tell police.
Caroline, when we spoke with you yesterday, there was a white tent that went up right behind you around Nancy Guthrie's porch. So what are you seeing out there this morning so far?
Yeah, Brian, we know yesterday investigators put up a white tent for about 90 minutes in front of Nancy Guthrie's front door yesterday, blocking all kinds of access. We really couldn't see much what was going on, but we did see investigators leaving with what looked like a measuring stick. And then shortly after, that's when we saw the FBI send out the height of the suspect, the estimated height of the suspect. So again, we have to assume that that's what investigators were doing, but we're just not sure.
And tell us about, in that doorbell surveillance video, clearly, like you said, we're getting a few more details, but we're also getting kind of conflicting, if you will, information from the federal government versus the local government. Are we seeing a bit of a rift there?
Yeah, so like you said, we are getting a couple more details publicly on this suspect, right? Height, characteristics like the eyebrows, eye shape, but we're also hearing behind the scenes there's a little bit of a drama going on between the local and federal investigators here on the ground. So a federal source told Fox News that the Pima County Sheriff is blocking the FBI from seeing specific evidence in this case. So we're talking about a glove that was found inside Nancy Guthrie's home, as well as potential DNA samples. So we're told that the FBI wanted to take this evidence to Quantico for testing, but instead we're hearing from a source that that evidence was sent to a private lab in Florida. Now, the Pima County Sheriff was defending this decision, saying that the FBI agreed to allow them to take the lead on evidence in this case, but like we're seeing now, a lot of back and forth between local and federal investigators. At the end, though, really just counting on the public right now for any help in solving this case.
And speaking of the public, officials are now asking local neighbors for more clues. Any idea what exactly they're looking for from these neighbors?
Yeah, Brian, we know that the Pima County Sheriff's Department yesterday, they put out a notice to all neighbors in this area asking them to take a closer look at their own doorbell cameras in this area. They were asking them to take a look and see if they see anything sketchy at all between the time of January 1st and February 2nd. Of course, this is a big time frame that they're looking at here. But again, at this point, we're now 13 days into this search. Investigators say they still do not have a suspect in this case as far as we know. So like I said, really just relying on the public right now for any tips and helping solve this case.
Caroline, listen, yes, it's Brian and I know you could address the two of us, but we also have our meteorologist, Mike Kaplan, who's here with us. And so I'd really like to ask you about what's going on with the weather. You're doing an excellent job in conveying the information to us, but I noticed that you have on a jacket, and the other reporters the rest of the week have had on sleeveless. So it seems like the weather is changing out there, and that could affect the investigation too.
Absolutely. We know that there's rain in the forecast today and tomorrow. That's certainly going to hurt this search, we should imagine. So again, this is an area that doesn't really see rain that often. But again, it's been sprinkling on and off all day. We're expecting more rain tomorrow. So again, that's certainly not going to help the search.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate being able to check in with you.
All right, time is now 9:11 this morning. Lunar New Year's is just a few short days away. In a few minutes, Choose Chicago. They're here with us this morning with a list of ways you can celebrate.
Debate.
All right, it's just about 9:15, everyone. Now, of course, you might have on a little red today because it's going to be Valentine's weekend, but you'll also see a lot of red coming up because it's Lunar New Year. It's happening on Tuesday. Tons of ways that you can celebrate. We're learning more about all the festivities happening across the city with Rob Foytig, Vice President of Neighborhood Strategy for Choose Chicago, our good friend who's always here. But we also have some new friends here. Kelly Chang, co-owner and general manager for Sunwa Barbecue, and Charles Lee, Vice Vice President of the Chinatown Chamber of Commerce. Thank you both for being here, all three of you for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, great to have you here so that we can talk about this transition of time. So we're going into, is it Year of the Snake?
Year of the Horse.
Year of the Horse. Oh, my goodness. Year of the Horse. Okay. I try to keep up with it, and then it's like, oh, I missed that. All right. So tell me the importance of community celebrations for the Lunar New Year.
I think for a lot of people, they don't realize that as a group as a whole, in general, people work everywhere and they're never home. But for Chinese people, for Asians, all of us, home is a very important place. And so the New Year is one of those times where we can come home and spend time with family, enjoy ourselves, eat some good food, just relax.
I love it. And do it together.
Yes.
That sense of community there. I came over to Chinatown for the Lunar New Year celebration last year. Had a blast. It was packed.
Yeah.
You going to do it again?
Yes, we're going to do it again on the Sunday, March 1st.
Sunday, March 1st. Okay, so everyone needs to come out. Walk us through what they will see and what they will experience.
You see lion dance, dragon dance, some colorful flows, marching groups, and cultural performers like the Chinese maybe style dance or that performance.
Yeah, it's a multi-generational for sure, too. I love that you can see everyone from the babies to the wiser all out there. Choose Chicago always has your finger, your pulse, going in terms of what's happening around Chicagoland and highlighting different neighborhoods and different cultural celebrations. So tell us how you're doing this for the Lunar New Year.
Well, Lunar New Year is so important, right? Across Southeast Asia, whether that's China, Vietnam, Korea, other countries, the lunar calendar has traditionally been how you mark the year. And so this is the start of a new year. It's an opportunity to celebrate renewal, be with your family, as you mentioned, right? But also then think about the new year and what's coming and all the good fortune that you want for you and your loved ones. This is an opportunity to get into different neighborhoods, whether you've never been to Uptown or Chinatown. Those are great opportunities to come out, see people celebrating and participate. And so you can check all of that out on our website, choosechicago.com. There are information about the parades, but also information about dumpling making classes, teas, all kinds of really great cultural celebrations.
Awesome. And I think, too, in terms of getting to new neighborhoods, like, yeah, go out for the parade, have a great time. Once the parade was over, and just pro tip, don't wait till after the parade's over for it. But once the parade was over, it was like, now actually go in and shop in the shops. Support the local businesses.
Absolutely. For Uptown, most of the businesses there are preparing already. You can shop at Tainan Plaza. You can make it a full day. Eat breakfast at one of the bakeries, either at La Patisserie P or First Sip or even Chuquan. You can have some dim sum if you can make room. Make your reservations.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. We at Sunwa have a line dance in-house at about noon, so that's always a favorite with some very generational families, like you said earlier. And then we have the parade step off at 1 o'clock. All of that information can be found at exploreuptown.org. And of course on our own website at www.sunwabbq.com. And then after those festivities, Habayo has things going on that teach about cultural lessons. If you're really early, at 10 o'clock, I believe they start at the Bazazian Library, about 2 blocks from us. It's real close, so you hit the library, come down, find something to eat, wait for the parade to start. After the parade, we also have performances by a lot of local community groups. And of course, you can also, if you're still bored the week after, either hit Chinatown's parade or you can come and have a New Year's feast with us at Sunwa.
Plenty of things to do. Keep that red going. We love having you here, and happy Lunar New Year. All right, everyone, we'll be right back as we give you a look at what's happening on Chicago Now at the top of the hour here. They'll talk about how sleep can affect your relationship. You do not want to be cranky from a lack of sleep with your significant other, you know. Also, activities for kids during the holiday weekend. There's going to be plenty going on. And relationship red flags that are easy to overlook. But we're going to make sure that you are able to point them out. 9:20, we'll be right back.
Get what you
Raja for Senate.
Welcome back. Chicago Fire celebrating Valentine's Day with a special pop-up event at the Drip Collective in the West Loop. They're going to be unveiling their new 2026 jerseys for the first time, but you're going to get to see them right here on Good Day Chicago. We're learning more about what you can find there this weekend with Dan Cohen, the head of comms and brand from the Chicago Fire FC. Thanks so much for joining us.
How you doing? Good to be here.
Let's start with these new kits. They look really great. They're called Forever Red. What is the inspiration behind that name, and what's new about these jerseys this year?
Absolutely. These are the Forever Red kits. These are our home jerseys. We collaborated with MLS and Adidas to come out with this. It's a Chicago design, Forever Red. It really speaks to a modern update on a timeless classic. So you have our Chicago Fire Red. You got a refreshed crest. There's a lot of Chicago touches in here. You'll see the crisp collar with the
I love the collar.
lines. A lot of Chicago touches. This is our home jersey. Fans can now get it for the first time tomorrow in person at Drip Collective in the West Loop, and we're excited to finally bring this to life.
What inspired you guys to decide to bring this to fans maybe outside the stadium and collaborate with the Drip Collective for the release of these new jerseys?
Absolutely. Well, we're a Chicago soccer team. Our new season is in 2 weeks. Our first home game, February 28th at Soldier Field. Everyone meet us there. We want to make sure everyone has the kit before the season. We're getting started. Drip Collective is an awesome space in the West Loop, and it'll be great. We're going to have a lot of fun. DJ sets, food, drinks. There'll be florals for Valentine's Day. You can watch the stream of our preseason match against Portland, and of course you can get the kit, get it customized. It'll be a good day.
This is definitely some sweet gear for sure. In addition to the games and to the season, you guys are building a fantastic new stadium right in the 78. What are some of the updates on what fans can experience when this place finally opens?
Absolutely. We're excited. Actually, we're breaking ground in a few weeks, so it's starting. We're opening in 28. This is going to be a 22,000-person soccer-specific stadium. It's privately funded. It's going to be awesome. It'll be the best place to watch or see soccer in the city, and probably the best stadium in the MLS. But fans should expect really good, high-quality soccer there. We're going to have concerts. It's going to be the place to be in the heart of the city, and we're excited.
It feels like Chicago is kind of having like a soccer moment. How does this stadium kind of build upon that?
Absolutely. Soccer's growing in Chicago and in the U.S., especially with the World Cup coming. The Fire have been really turning things around. We made our first playoff run last year, first time in almost 10 years, won our first playoff game since 2009. So we're building a foundation, and there's just a lot of excitement around soccer. The games at Soldier Field are awesome. Everyone should come out wearing red. And yeah, there's a lot of momentum.
Yeah, you mentioned making the playoffs last year. It was a fun run towards the end of last year. How can you use that success and kind of build towards this coming season?
Absolutely. We have our, Coach Greg Berhalter started with us last season. We have a really deep team. We have some homegrown stars. Our star goalie, Chris Brady, has been with the team since he was 12. We have some new signees, really deep team. And yeah, we put a really high-performing team on the field. We have a great fan base. We're just kind of continuing to grow and want to make sure everyone's wearing these new kits.
And if somebody can't make it to the Drip Collective tomorrow, first of all, what time are you going to be there at the Drip Collective? 9
a.m. to 2 p.m. It's kind of an all-day pop-up community events, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., Drip Collective. If you cannot get them there, you can get them at mlsstore.com or come see us at Soldier Field. We'll sell them at our games.
Those are going to be sweet for sure. Dan, thanks so much, and looking forward to the start of the season and the groundbreaking for this new stadium in the 78.
Sounds good. Vamos Fire.
All right. Chicago Black Restaurant Week is underway, highlighting cooking excellence. We're going to take a closer look at what makes this year so special.
TV.
Of this ad.
Welcome back. The mayor of Aurora is calling for a calm and caution at another student walkout against ICE that's planned for today.
It comes after a walkout on Monday led to clashes with police. Roseanne is joining us live with more. Many of those clashes caught on camera and have now become the conversation of more legal means at this point, Roseanne.
It's raising concerns, that cell phone video, that is for sure. 3 students were arrested Monday, but some are accusing police of using excessive force. Now, as we previously reported, One Aurora mother and her son say that he was tackled to the ground by police without any explanation, for no reason. And that cell phone video you mentioned, Anita, shows the physical confrontation Monday. A couple of students on the ground during that student walkout involving roughly 1,500 students over more than 3 hours through the streets of Aurora. Police say some protesters got out of hand, disregarded officers, threw bottles, and were driving recklessly. Police say one officer was injured, but a 15-year-old student says he did nothing before police took him to the ground, sending him to the hospital with head injuries.
We were going to the sidewalk, and as soon as we got to that sidewalk, they decided to grab me out of all the people, and like that officer that grabbed me tried to grab this other kid that tried to run away, and like in that moment he was grabbing me by my sweater and he spun me around. Then some random officers tried to they came out of nowhere and just tackled me to the ground. When they put me on like facing the ground, I got a little bit I opened my eyes, and what's it called? I told them get off me because I couldn't breathe at all. I couldn't breathe. I just woke up, and then they grabbed me. They put me back in the back of the van.
In a post on Facebook, the East Aurora School District is reminding students about safety protocols if today's protest is a go. Walk on sidewalks only, maintain respectful community interactions, and don't throw items at anybody. Also, the Kane County State's Attorney is now conducting an independent review of the police response on Monday, and that will include reviewing officers' body-worn camera footage. And they say it will be a comprehensive investigation. In Aurora, Roseanne Tejas, Fox Chicago.
Thank you, Roseanne. All right, we have a beautiful day in progress. Hardly any ice there in the river. Plenty of sunshine. But let me show you what it looks like over Lake Michigan. There is still some ice out there. We call that pancake ice, little flat sheets out there. There is a big trend toward melting, what you see out there. And over the next several days, a lot of this ice is going bye-bye, as will any remaining snow in your yard, other than those big piles of plowed snow. 35 at O'Hare right now, perfectly sunny. A little bit of a wind chill. That south wind at 7, though, promising a big warm-up here today. We've got 38 already at Joliet, 39 at LaSalle, Peru, 34 at Merrillville. Valparaiso, a little bit chillier there, 30 degrees. In Waukegan, it's 33, and at Chicago's lakefront, it's 35. By the way, the water temperature just offshore is 33, and that's going to have an impact, just like it did yesterday. It'll have an impact on temperatures, not today, but tomorrow. Close to the lake, it'll be cooler. Now, compared with 9 a.m. yesterday, a few degrees warmer, and it will end up being a warmer day than yesterday's 40. I think we'll hit 52 for the official high today. Pretty much 50s area-wide. Maybe not quite there for parts of northwest Indiana, especially close to the lake there in LaPorte and also Berrien County, Michigan. Skies are clear. You'll see uninterrupted sunshine today, enabling us to hit 52 today. Just a glorious day, regardless of it being Friday the 13th here. 30 degrees tonight. Southwest winds will be light, mostly clear skies. And check out this 7-day forecast. It is rare to string together 6 days in a row of 50 plus, and I've got a couple of days where we're going to hit 60. Monday and again on Wednesday. There could be some scattered rain showers Tuesday night and Wednesday, and again on Thursday as slightly cooler air comes into the area. Let us look at two very fine photos. How about this from Greg O'Neill? This was yesterday's sunrise. That sky looks like it's absolutely on fire. That is really something, Greg. Print that one off and frame it at home. And our second picture, this is from a friend of the show. I went to high school with Shah Quayum. He loves everybody here at Fox 32. He's in the Mundelein area. Gives us a look at that 22-degree solar halo as the sun was coming up. Shah, thank you for sending in that photo.
These businesses deserve it. And you're going to eat good and drink good and whatever else good. Grab your cronies, get everybody out, and let's just eat.
Ooh, and the food looks good indeed. Time to eat Chicago. As she said, Chicago Black Restaurant Week is here. And just a note, it's not just 1 week, okay? So it's happening during this Black History Month, and Don Hasbrook talked to local restaurants and the founder of this movement about what makes it special.
This is our best damn Polish. Hey, that's what they call it. It's our best damn Polish.
Chef Royce at Soul Prime is ready for 2 weeks of cooking and eating.
This is a fan favorite. but I'm introducing it to us for Chicago Black Restaurant Week, and this is our tomahawk pork chop.
Chicago Black Restaurant Week is in full swing February 8th through the 22nd, and it coincides with Black History Month, with this year marking a milestone.
I said, well, I think I need to create something for my community.
Lauren Smith founded the food celebration back in 2015 to help Black-owned restaurant owners like Chef Royce, and this year it has more meaning.
Dr. Carter G. Woodson created Negro History Week, 1926, so that was literally 100 years ago. Chicago Black Restaurant Week purposely fell on the second week in February, which is when Negro History Week was created. So 100 years of, anniversary of Negro History Week.
And after more than 3 years in Lincoln Park, Chef Royce is serving up food for the soul.
This dessert is called our pizza cookie. This is our renowned lobster avocado toast. This is a fan favorite. But I'm introducing it to us for Chicago Black Restaurant Week, and this is our tomahawk pork chop, our braised short rib ravioli. And this is a dessert that we're featuring only for Chicago Black Restaurant Week, which is our lemon mascarpone cake. Can't wait to serve you guys.
But wait a minute.
So can I order that on the side, those famous wings that I
Yo,
love?
famous chicken, yes, Dawn, I apologize. It is on the menu, girl. I would not ever, period, I would not ever delete that. I think the world needs to have that. So the fried chicken with my spicy bourbon sauce is on our Chicago Black Restaurant Week prefix menu.
Awesome.
Shrimp and grits, chicken and waffles, and we got this amazing French toast as well.
And a few miles away, the Duplex Restaurant and Bar has been a hit since 2021. Laquan Rice proud to have his Black-owned restaurant on the list out of Logan Square.
I think I'm the only one in Logan Square. I think Logan Square has been great for me. They've been very welcoming. The people that live in the neighborhood, the other restaurants that we can side with, I think they've been great.
With a DJ spinning on weekends and brunch and dinner weekly, it's a vibe.
Got this great atmosphere, right? So we got a DJ that's on. The DJ comes on at noon, goes into 4 o'clock, and there's times where you see people line dancing in the space.
And for Black Restaurant Week, an elevated menu.
We started out with bread service. I think like some of the second course part of it, we got a great gorgonzola wet salad. And then the bronzino, which I love bronzino fish. And if you're not into seafood at all, we also have like a vegetarian option, which is our tortellini pasta.
A menu just as diverse as the list of Chicago restaurants participating.
Check out the list for Chicago Black Restaurant Week. Obviously, we want you here. And I think it's a really good time to kind of give back while you're doing so.
It's so important that y'all get out here and support us, not just Soul Prime, but there's so many other restaurants. And we're just delighted. We're grateful to be a part of this.
These businesses deserve it. And you're going to eat good and drink good and whatever else good. Grab your cronies, get everybody out, and let's just eat.
Grab the cronies.
Mike was talking about those chicken and waffles earlier this morning. I went to the Duplex this past weekend, had a wonderful bacon burger. You know I love a good burger, too. So definitely check that out in Logan Square.
Yeah, I had Don on Chicago Live yesterday, and we were kind of going through, like, all right, what are some of your fave Black restaurants in the area? Virtue and Hyde Park. Yeah. I think it's just such a standard. It's become such a wonderful, addition. In terms of also the owner's mentorship of so many other chefs and restaurateurs in this area.
Yes, there's so many good places. Bronzeville Hoagie.
Yeah.
Right, one of my favorites. They've been friends of the show.
They came right on the show.
So yeah, definitely a long list, so please make sure to support these restaurants. I believe the week goes until February 22nd.
It goes into the end of the month, and if you saw the shirt that the founder was wearing, listen, she does this support of other restaurants for free. So the shirts and things are ways to support her, okay? So go onto her website again, star that link. Even if you can't get to all the restaurants this month, star the list so you can go throughout the year.
Exactly, right? Well, coming up, our favorite annual tradition from the Chicago Wolves is happening this weekend.
And in a few minutes, we're going to find out why the teddy bear toss has been such a success year after year. Look at them go.
The Chicago Wolves are once again hosting a big annual tradition this Saturday. It's the Teddy Bear Toss. We're learning more about it this morning with John Seda. He is the Chicago Wolves President of Business Operations. We thank you for being here. Even before we get to the Teddy Bear, I want to give you an opportunity to recognize Wendell Young, Hall of Famer. This is a big honor for the Wolves, isn't it?
It's huge. Wendell, we had our All-Star break the last couple days in Rockford, and Wendell had the distinction of being put in the 2026 class for the American Hockey League Hall of Fame. So I was honoring his career as a player, as an executive with our team. He's put together championship teams on the ice. He's put them together himself off the ice. So it was a really, really tremendous honor for our Wolves family. But it was so fun to see him receive that honor.
He's a great guy. I had the privilege of interviewing him last time. We had the Wolves on here. Wendell was here. Just so many great hockey stories. So congrats to him. All right, let's talk about the Teddy Bear Toss that you're going to have this Saturday night at Allstate Arena. What's the idea behind it? Because it's a heck of a lot of fun.
Well, there's a lot to unpack with our weekend. So the Teddy Bear Toss for hockey is kind of a North American tradition. The intention is that we're going to collect all these bears and give them back to people that can use them in different ways. So we're going to be giving them back to Easter Seals and Willow House for families who are struggling. But the neat part of it is we're encouraging fans to bring them to the games. And actually, when we score our first goal,
the first of 10,
when we score our first goal, we're actually going to encourage them to throw them on the ice. So really the only time in sports that teams are going to encourage fans to throw something onto the field or playing service short of a hat trick. But we're excited about it. It's a great visual, but the outcome of it is all the bears are being collected and going back to the community.
All right, so folks that are going to go to that game, it's Saturday night at 7 o'clock, right?
7 o'clock.
Okay,
yep.
And you're playing the Colorado Eagles there. Very good team, but you guys are doing very well. Let's say somebody just happens to show up. I didn't know it was Teddy Bear night. Have you got some way that they can still participate?
We do. We have ticket packages that are they're on our website that people can get a bear with the ticket package. So they are available to fans if you forgot them. Feel free to buy through that way. Feel free to bring a bag full of bears. We want to blow this thing out. And one of the things we're answering for, there's a question running through everybody's mind is, what do I do for Valentine's Day? So we've tried to couple this together and create a lot of fun. And the answer is Wolves hockey. Everybody wants to go to Wolves hockey on Valentine's Day.
A lot to love there on the ice, exactly. How long have the Wolves been participating in the Teddy Bear Toss? Do you know?
We rolled this thing out pre-COVID, so this is about our 7th year of having the program, and it's really caught steam with our fans. It's something that originated up in Canada and has really become a tradition in different hockey markets across town, and we brought it to Chicago, and it's been a really success.
I know it's tough to get an accurate tally, but maybe ballpark estimate, how many teddy bears you typically round up off the ice?
Thousands.
Really? Wow,
yeah.
That is fantastic.
It's cool.
That is really something to give. And tell us again, who are the beneficiaries here?
So they will go to Willow House, which is helping families who are in need, Easter Seals, which helps people with disabilities, and then we're actually working with a group called Safe Wisconsin. We have a lot of fans that come from southern Wisconsin as well that are helping families who have been recently, it's a group of first responders, so it's helping families who've recently been in an accident or struggled with a hardship.
Terrific. Well, let's hope that you guys score early and often and that you overachieve in the teddy bear department. It's a great way of helping folks out, celebrating hockey and giving. So, John Seda, thank you for coming in here.
We appreciate it, Mike.
Outstanding. All right, Jake Hamilton is live. I love that you gave me a rose, Jake. What are you working on now?
Listen, I'm working on my girlfriend's bouquet because I forgot to get her flowers for Valentine's Day. But listen, I don't know how many more times we can warn you. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. If you haven't picked up your flowers yet, come on out to the Bronzeville neighborhood. It's Flourish Chicago. We're going to tell you how they got you set up for tomorrow and maybe even show you the artistry that goes on behind the scenes when Good Day Chicago returns.
Well, Valentine's Day, as you can see by that lovely graphic, is tomorrow, which means flowers are in high demand.
Jake's over at the flower shop in Bronzeville that is giving us some last-minute tips to flourish, Jake.
Guys, I have a big question for you. Is it still romantic if the flowers that I give my girlfriend tomorrow were done at work? Does that still count?
Yes, because it's by hand.
Of course.
Yes.
I mean, you got gloves on.
I know, I got you.
Yeah.
We're back with Siobhan Francis, and she's got me covered. In fact, she's got all of Chicago covered. It is Flourish Chicago. Siobhan, you walked me through the shop in the last hour.
Yep.
But I was telling you, I was watching the assembly of these bouquets, and the word that I used was art.
Yes.
It really is an art what you guys are doing, and you were going to kind of show me a little bit of a couple of the touches of how you just have the eye for these things. What is step number one when assembling something like this?
So step number one is picking your variety of flowers. So you want something linear like the snapdragon. You want something round like a rose or maybe a carnation or a mum, and you've already done the heavy lift.
Okay, let's be honest. I didn't do that. This was done by professionals to make me look better. I don't want to lie, but I'm going to put the final touches in there.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so you said pick it up with my non-dominant hand.
Yes, pick it up.
So just like this?
Yep. So when you design, you usually design and hold it in your less dominant hand, and you'll feed with your dominant hand.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So yep, grab it. Maybe grab it like this, like cup it.
Okay, cup it.
Yep.
All right. Got it like that.
Okay. And then let's take the snapdragon, which is the tall one. And since you already have one here, and we want to add some different variety, go ahead and insert it here.
Okay.
If you can, yep.
There we go. Beautiful.
Yes, at a different height. Make it a little lower.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, a little lower.
Because we were saying that sometimes symmetry can be boring.
Yes, you want something on the other side different to catch your eye.
Okay.
Okay, and now let's look to see where you want to maybe add some more pink or more red, because you have a red rose and a pink rose.
I like it. Maybe a pink right there.
Perfect. She said. Now you're going to add that one a little taller because you already have a low rose.
Maybe like that right there.
Yep, just like that.
Okay, so we've got one final boom. Red rose.
I say you're a pro, let's stick it in the middle.
Right there in the middle. Let's do this.
And loosen your hand a little bit if you can't get it all the way in.
Okay. Now, as we clearly see that you have, I mean, come on, look at that. The eye for something like this. I was saying, you know, so many of the big shops around Chicago, you're pulling a bouquet out of a bucket. It was made for the general public. It wasn't made for any one specific person. But what I love about what you guys are doing is they all seem to have this personal signature to them. Now, that's got to sort of make you feel proud that what you guys are putting out is not copy, paste. Each one's kind of unique in their own right.
Yes, each one is unique. We order different recipes, right? And we may have a set palette or a set recipe, and then we kind of mix it up and say, okay, this customer likes this color at this size or this price at this color. So it really is customized.
I love that. We want to make sure people come out here to the Bronzeville neighborhood and support you guys. You can find you online, but let's get the address out there, because you said you get a lot of walk-up business as well.
Yes. We're at 752 East 43rd Street, right on the corner of 43rd and Cottage. And on social media, we're at Flourish Chicago on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
And they just opened in October, and let me tell you, they've got some orders, but still room for people who maybe are procrastinating a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to have some walk-ins. We're actually building right now a few walk-ins for you guys to come in today and tomorrow until we sell out.
Absolutely love that. Flourish Chicago in the Bronzeville neighborhood. Siobhan Francis, we appreciate you taking the time. It still counts if it was done at work, right?
It does. It definitely counts, yes.
All right,
it's
guys.
the thought
Here's
that counts, Jake. It's the thought.
Between us, we're not going to tell. Here's the deal. She watches the show. This might have been a mistake. I'm going to toss it back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, so maybe make a second one off camera, okay? Maybe that's what it is. She's already watched you do this, but do another one off camera.
And then make one for me and make one for Brian.
Right. There we go.
You'll be there all day.
Those look really beautiful, though.
Yeah, they do. They do. They do a great job.
All right. Time now 9:53. We'll be right back.
Bashley.
9:55, Chicago now on a sunny and warm Friday, Ponce.
Yes, indeed. It is nice out. We are cruising into what is a long weekend, actually, because of President's Day. So we're going to run through how to keep your kids nice and busy and active this Valentine's Day weekend for President's Day. Also, Caitlin, it is Rare Disease Awareness Month.
International Angelman Day that falls on Sunday. So we're talking about this rare disease with the family who has a son with Angelman's disease, right? Angelman's disease. So we're going to dive in case you've never heard of this.
Yes, it's all coming up next. Jam-packed hour of Chicago Now kicks off in about 4 minutes here on a Friday. We'll see you very shortly.